Hi guys, welcome to Rajshri Food. This is the Bombay chef Varun Inamdar, and today I'm going to make a very typical Maharashtrian snack, Misal Pav. So let's begin. For this, let's begin with making the masala, for which I'm heating a pan along with some vegetable oil. Once the oil heats up, I'll add in the grated dried coconut. Well, you could also use a mix of fresh and dried. Fry this on moderate flame till it turns nice and golden brown in color. Well, simultaneously, to just save on some time, I'll also start frying the onions, for which I'm using another pan. Well, if you have some time at hand, you could also do it in the same pan, but after removing the coconut. Make sure you also keep an eye on the coconut here. Since I've used dried coconut, this is going to get golden brown very quickly. I'll also add in some cumin seeds along with whole coriander seeds. The onions are fried and ready. Let's mix it with the coconut. Give this a nice mix. And now if you notice, the coconut is also cooked. I'm going to transfer this into another bowl and allow this to cool completely. Well, in most Maharashtrian homes, a misal is traditionally served with a Kanda Poha. So let's make that, and this is completely optional. I'm going to heat a pan with a little of vegetable oil. The first thing that goes in is mustard seeds. Allow this to crackle. Once that happens, I'll throw in some curry leaves, chopped onion, a quick mix, and add in some green chillies. Lower the flame, and while the onion is cooking, I'll quickly wash the flattened rice. You need to wash this with cold water. Just make sure it just moistens a little and loses a little bit of its starch. This needs to soak just for a minute or so, and your flattened rice for making the poha would be ready. Well, simultaneously, if you notice, the onions have also caramelized. I'll add in a little bit of turmeric powder and transfer the soaked flattened rice. Give this a quick mix. And while doing so, I'll add in some salt, some sugar, and little bit of lemon juice. Give this a nice mix, and your poha for the misal pav is done and ready. I'll move this aside and now move on to the masala, which is now cooled down. This needs to be ground into a fine paste, but with the addition of a few more ingredients. This is followed by freshly cut tomatoes along with some garam masala. Well, alternately, you could also choose goda masala, ginger, garlic and green chilli, red chilli powder. Well, you can adjust the spice level by increasing or decreasing this. Turmeric powder, a little water, and finally some fresh coriander leaves. Time to grind this into a fine paste. The paste is ready, and now let's begin with the frying process. For this, I'm heating a pan with some vegetable oil. The quantity of oil while making misal has to be relatively higher than what you otherwise use. That's because misal has this nice tari or oil floating on top. Well, that could be avoided, but that's the signature of a classic misal. In a lot of households, they also make the curries separately, but I'm just saving on time, and you can apply this method when you make this recipe. Once the oil heats up, I'll throw in a bay leaf, and along with this, red chilli powder for that signature red color. This could be a Kashmiri chilli, which gives you that nice, bright, vibrant color. And before this starts burning, in goes the masala. To this, we need to add in some water. Make sure you do not waste any of the spice mix. This goes straight in the cooking masala. To this, I'll add in some salt followed by soaked and sprouted moong beans and moth beans. Traditionally, a misal recipe only uses moth beans, but I love the flavor of moong beans as well. Give this a mix and allow this to cook for 10 to 12 minutes on medium flame. We do not need to pressure cook this because these beans are nice and tender. While this is bubbling away to glory, you could also add in a little bit of jaggery, but I like my misal nice and spicy. The beans are cooked and tender. Also, the tari has been released, which is the oil that you see floating on top. Off goes the flame. Now let's begin with the plating. For the assembly of the misal, the first thing that goes in the bowl or a plate is the cooked poha. I'll keep the curry separate, which also has the floating tari. And the poha is followed up with the cooked beans, this time with very little of the curry. I'm topping this up with some farsan. And this is best served with some onions, tomatoes, lemon and pav. That's how misal is made in my house. I would love to know your versions in the comments below. And hey, have you subscribed to Rajshri Food? If not, do it right away.